ಹೊಲಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೋಗುವ ಜನಗಳ ಸಾಲು ಬೆಳಗಿನ ಜಾವದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋಳಿಯ ಕೂಗು ಹೊಲಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೋಗುವ ಜನಗಳ ಸಾಲು ಬಿತ್ತುವ ಕಾಲ ಬೆಳೆಯುವ ಕಾಲ ನಮ್ಮೂರ ಜನರೆಲ್ಲ ದುಡಿಯುವ ಕಾಲ ನಮ್ಮೂರ ಜನರೆಲ್ಲ ದುಡಿಯುವ ಕಾಲ ಹೊಸ ಹೊಸ ಕೂರಿಗೆಯ ಹೊತ್ತಿರುವರು ವಿಧ ವಿಧದ ಬೀಜಗಳ ಬಿತ್ತಿರುವರು ಹೊಸ ಹೊಸ ಕೂರಿಗೆಯ ಹೊತ್ತಿರುವರು ವಿಧ ವಿಧದ ಬೀಜಗಳ ಬಿತ್ತಿರುವರು ಬಿತ್ತುವ ಕಾಲ ಬೆಳೆಯುವ ಕಾಲ ನಮ್ಮೂರ ಜನರೆಲ್ಲ ದುಡಿಯುವ ಕಾಲ ನಮ್ಮೂರ ಜನರೆಲ್ಲ ದುಡಿಯುವ ಕಾಲ.
In October 1999, 22 senior staff members and trainers from various MYRADA project locations came together for a week at MYRADA Kamasamudram project for their first experiential exposure to a process known as Appreciative Inquiry. MYRADA has been working with rural people to improve livelihoods using participatory processes. In the course of its work, MYRADA has always demonstrated a commitment towards finding innovative approaches that can give people more and more space to express themselves and work in increasingly more comfortable institutional relationships. It was this that led to a widespread acceptance and practice of PRA methods within MYRADA. It is this that has now led MYRADA to explore the potential of appreciative inquiry in its work with rural communities. What is appreciative inquiry? It is an approach to organizational analysis and learning that is uniquely intended for discovering, understanding, and fostering innovations in social organization arrangements and processes. Let us take what usually happens when a development organization decides to work with deprived communities in any given area. It is often a fact that staff tend to begin by focusing on the local people's problems, constraints, deficiencies, and unmet needs.
If you adopt an approach where you're not looking at individual needs, but if you're going to look at strengths,
a focus on strengths and adaptive strategies rather than problems and weaknesses results in a far more equitable, cooperative, and positive foundation on which community work can be based. Inquiry consists of 4 main phases that are interdependent and continuously revolving circle. This is usually referred to as the 4D cycle. The first D stands for discovery.
It is the phase where we discover what gives life, what gives excitement to our organization, to our project, to our interaction, in our human relationships. The very first questions that we ask are always, think of a time when you felt really excited about your work, in your relationship, or in teamwork, or tell a story of a time when the project was going really well. What happened? It's important to be specific.
She said,
well, actually, I've saved my piece of paper. I participated in this exercise about 8 years ago.
I tried over and over again to write my name on Ragi. My husband laughed and said, "Aren't you ashamed? Even children can do it." Then suddenly,
on the discovery stage we did yesterday, the group discovered what the organization looks like when it's at its best. Building on that, we asked them, what would the organization look like if it was always at its best? And stretching it even further to say, could you envision what might be in the future? So we have asked the participants to take a moment for themselves to think about what sort of wishes do they as individuals have for the organization. And building on that, combined with what they discovered yesterday, what it looks like when it's really at its best, we asked them to do what we call provocative propositions. The proposition is meant to be provocative, it's meant to challenge.
I will seek the help of my family and friends to study for my examinations. I want to pass the Indian Police Services examination. The men in this village drink, beat their wives. Their families never develop. Our group's goal is to stop this.
Feel proud of yourself and you carry the knowledge of being able to do something. You create a positive picture for yourself, of yourself, and a positive future for yourself. You anticipate that something positive.
About starting people and institutions off on a vision rather than just evolve somewhere and then think of a vision to do and things like that. So I think we've got a good tool where we can, start with building people's visions. And that was one area we found was a little weak in our whole assessment of how an institution is going. That they were not too clear about visions. Now I definitely think we have.
Learn and use it in ours.
ಹೊಸ ಹೊಸ ಕೂರಿಗೆಯ ಹೊತ್ತಿರುವರು ವಿಧ ವಿಧದ ಬೀಜಗಳ ಬಿತ್ತಿರುವರು ಹೊಸ ಹೊಸ ಕೂರಿಗೆಯ ಹೊತ್ತಿರುವರು ವಿಧ ವಿಧದ ಬೀಜಗಳ ಬಿತ್ತಿರುವರು ಬಿತ್ತುವ ಕಾಲ ಬೆಳೆಯುವ ಕಾಲ